And the rhetoric has worsened with renewed threats to target US bases. Earlier this week, saying it had ordered artillery and rocket units into combat posture, though few believe North Korea will risk starting a full-out war. Well, from Washington, D.C., we're joined by Duyeon Kim, a senior fellow at the Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. Thank you for joining us. And let's look at that point of whether North Korea would really risk war. How do you assess the rhetoric we're hearing from Pyongyang?
Well, it's very difficult to know exactly how serious the North is. We've heard this type of rhetoric before over the past several years and decades, but this time it does feel a bit different. So their rhetoric should not be taken lightly. Now, the concern is that any miscalculation or mistakes on either side could potentially lead to unintended consequences, which means unintended consequences would mean perhaps a conflict or a skirmish or even, in an extreme situation, full-out war.
And it's a situation that's testing a relatively new leader in South Korea.
Yes, definitely. The Kim Jong-un seems to be trying to show his military might, his strength. He appears to have two audiences. Number one, his domestic audience, and also number two, his international audience. He would not want to appear as being weak. He would want to appear as being as strong or even stronger than his two predecessors, his father and his grandfather. But again, the situation right now is concerning because of the potential for unintended consequences. And the key right now really is to prevent any North Korean provocation and to prevent any misunderstanding by either side.
What more do you think he wants besides showing strength, a matter of status? What do you think he's trying to get out of this?
Well, it appears that the ratcheting up of tensions, creating a volatile situation on the peninsula, seems to be geared at trying to force Washington's hand in returning to or beginning talks over a peace treaty or a peace regime that would replace the current armistice, because the two Koreas are currently technically at war. But this scenario is currently impossible for Washington and Seoul, because the understanding and the clear agreement among all six parties at the six-party talks was that North Korea would have to surrender its nuclear program, surrender its nuclear weapons before any steps are taken to discuss a peace treaty.
Duyeon Kim, thanks so much for joining us from Washington, D.C.